Okay, this is Coralla at CorallaFicklin.com. Welcome Network.com, WYLCOME, Welcome, then Network, WelcomeNetwork.com. And you can find what I'm about to talk about in minimumpairs.com. But you can come in and you'll see all the different websites that we have available and what's in each and every website, and you can click and decide what you want. This is pronunciation. I'm looking at pronunciation. I've done a lot of videos on expressions, but I think pronunciation is one of the hardest. No, don't use the word hard. Let's say challenging. One of the most challenging area of English. And this, I'm looking at minimum pairs, so I'm going to look at the two O's in English. There are more than two O's, but in general, there's at least two O's. Like I said, there's more than two. And one is the long O and the short O. Now, there's something that you should know, that a lot of words in British English, which are, especially words that begin with O, but not just words that begin with O, that are long in British English. In American English, they're short. I speak American English. Sometimes I might say a vowel that's long, where, and maybe it's a little bit short in American English, but in general, I speak American English. So we're going to compare a word with the long O and a word with the short O. Sometimes you might say, ooh, that's kind of hard to distinguish, but a lot of times you'll say, I can hear the difference. But what's important that you understand that vowels and some consonants in English have more than one sound, or more than one pronunciation, and you're going to have to learn how to pronounce a vowel in all its different pronunciations. That's the thing about English that can be challenging, much more than English grammar. Okay, so here we go. Long, first the word, it's going to be long, and long O, and then there's going to be a word very similar, short O. Bloke, that's British English. Bloke, black. So long is O. As they say, the vowel is saying its name, O, and ah. So bloke, black. Boat, bat. Bloated, blatted. Boned, bond. I think you can hear that very clearly. Bony, bonny. When someone is bony, that means they're very, very, that means they're extremely skinny. It's sort of insulting when you say she's bony, and rather than saying she's thin. Boss, box. Broke, Brock. Brock is the name of a person. Cloak, clock. Code, cod. Coma, comma. Coma is spelled C-O-M-A, and comma is spelled C-O-M-M-A. I think the British say coma. No, they say coma, comma too, unless they have that as a homograph, which would be, as a homophone, which would be interesting. Which would be interesting if they say both the long O. If they would say coma, that'd be interesting. I don't know, frankly. Cone, con. Cope. If you're able to cope, that means you're able to deal with a particular situation. And cop. Well, cop can be a person, a policeman, or to cop a plea means to try to make a deal. Let's say you have legal troubles and you try to make a deal by giving the police what they want, giving them some information to cop a plea. That's more slang. Coast, to live on one coast, the East Coast or the West Coast, versus cost. How much does it cost? Okay. Coat, cot. Croak, quack. To croak is more slang, and that means to, you said he croaked last night, or I don't want you to croak. That means I don't want you to die. And crock, a crock pot is a pot in which you put food and it cooks for a long period of time. Also, if this is slang, it says don't give me that crock. That means don't give me that bunch of lies. Yeah, don't give me the lies. There's another word, but let's just say lies. Okay. Crows cross. The crows crossed the road. It's hard to say. Dole, dal. Dos, das. Okay. Folks, fox. Folks is Folks and fox is Fox. Goad, God. To goad someone is to pick at someone until they react. Goad, God. Goat, got. There's an expression in English that says, does the cat got your tongue? That means you're not able to speak. Why aren't you speaking? Does the cat have your tongue or got your tongue? Okay. Gopher, golfer. Well, that's hard to say. Now that's hard to say. Okay, that's Golpher. Golfer, and golfer is Golfer. Okay, a golfer is someone who goes and does menial chores, and a golfer is like Tiger Woods is a golfer. Job, job. Now these are homographs. I'm glad I ran into a homograph. These are homographs. These are two words that are spelled exactly the same. Now here the only difference is, there is a difference, is that Job is spelled capital J-O-B, because it's the name of a person, okay? But it's spelled J-O-B, and job is spelled J-O-B. But Job, when it's spelled J-O-B, the name of a person, when J-O-B is the name of a person, it's Job. It's as if it was spelled J-O-B-E. It's Job. But when it's work, J-O-B, it's job. So spelled the same but pronounced differently. These are called homographs. Joke, jock. Hope, honor. Now I'm spelling honor the way you spell it. You can spell it the way you spell it in American English, H-O-N-O-R, but you can also spell it H-O-N-O-U-R, honor. Hope, hop. Mode, mod. Okay. Mope, to mope around. That means you just walk around, you're listless, you're bored, you don't know what to do. And mop, to mop the floor. Node, nod. Note, not. Note, N-O-T-E, not. Not can be spelled N-O-T or K-N-O-T. Okay, so that's the difference between, you can hit the difference between the long O and the short O. Come in, Welcome Network, and you can download any cards you want, as many cards as you would like.